let it be known to the world that I don't like poking myself, okay? It's just like a necessary evil. I think I'm super dramatic when I poke myself. I'm the type of person that if you holler, ouch, I'm gonna ouch for you. That's just how I roll. So this is my face. Please don't screenshot it, which I know after I said don't screenshot it, you're gonna screenshot it. Whatever. It's fine. This is the face God made me, and it's beautiful. Double chins and all. When I'm over here poking myself, I'm like this. Ouch! That's me. Perfect reenactment. Exactly how I act every time I poke myself. Hey guys, welcome to the Lupus Profile. It's me, Anna, and today I'm going to be talking about something that is probably the most common concern or fear that people have about doing their hemodialysis at home. Poking yourself or cannulating yourself. It is a scary thing, and it's something that even I had to kind of work my way through. Poking yourself with needles, like at least with this size of needle, a lot of times can be kind of like trying to jump out of an airplane. The longer you look out of the airplane and just stare out at the vast space between you and the actual destination, the more anxiety you get. Sometimes you just have to jump. Poking myself isn't fun. No. My dad even asked me, why do you prefer to poke yourself? Why don't you just go to the clinic and let them handle everything? And I said, for me, it's worth the sacrifice. It's worth the hassle of poking myself to be able to be at home with my family and my loved ones, to be able to feel better because I'm doing my treatments more frequently, and to just feel like I have more control over my life. All of those things are worth it. Poking myself is just a small price to pay. And I guess you could say that's how I kind of got over my fear of needles. Without further ado, let's get to it. As you can see in my hand, I've got my paper tape, and this is what you're gonna find in pretty much every single dialysis clinic, and I've traveled all the way to Hawaii, and this is exactly the same kind of tape that they use. So this is exactly what I use here at home. You will go through an endless supply of paper tape. What I do as I'm getting ready for my treatments is I have the blue pad that I set on the little table next to my chair, and I have a whole bunch of these strips that I've already torn into the adequate size, leaving tabs so it's easy to grab. I'm not actually going to poke myself in this video. I'm going to kind of show you though what I do and how I do it. What I do is I usually wear a t-shirt and I roll up one sleeve just to uncover my graft. And I clean both sites with betadine, which is that orangey looking stuff that, you know, they use in surgeries and stuff, just to disinfect the area. I let it dry. Once it's dry, I grab an alcohol swab and I will clean off the betadine. Then, of course, with my gloved hand, I take my needle, remove this cap deal. I just put the wings together like so and get a good grip on it. You want to make sure that the bevel is up. You see how it's kind of slanted like that? You want that slant to be on top. And then you're going to go in at an angle. My graft kind of curves this way. Sometimes poking the top is a little bit challenging. My mom, fortunately, and even my sister-in-law, they poked me on numerous occasions, on this top one at least. You might be asking, well, why do you want to poke yourself if your aunt or your sister-in-law can do it? No, my aunt, sorry, my mom. My mom or my sister-in-law. Here's the thing. I know how it feels as it's going in. I can control it, and I really feel like it hurts less when I poke myself. It's weird, but it's true. I guess that's just something that you would have to give it a try to understand. I do think it hurts less when I poke myself, so that's why I do it. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate this and hopefully work. Normally, when you poke the needle in, it doesn't usually just slip out. It usually stays in place long enough for you to grab the tape. So, angling it like so, I decide where I'm going to poke it in, and I poke it in, right? And then, grabbing my tape, which I don't normally have on my chin, you're going to learn really quickly how to do all of these things one-handedly, and it's really cool. I put a piece of tape over the wings like so. I don't cover the right where the needle goes into the skin. I make sure that I can see it just because I want to be able to see if it's bleeding or anything. Then what I do is I take another piece of tape like this and tear it right in the middle, so I have two long pieces, and then I'm going to create like a wing. To do that, all you have to do is slip it underneath like that and make like a little Y like that. This helps to kind of make the needle kind of a little bit more secure. Then what I like to do with the top needle is I have the red scent, which is a little, you've probably seen it on my, just above my dialysis or the cycler, and all it does is detects blood leaking. So if my needle were to become dislodged or something and I started bleeding, it would alarm very loudly, and if I was sleeping or something, I'd wake up and I could do whatever I needed to do to stop the bleeding. So it's just an extra precaution, and not every patient's going to have one, but if you're going to be doing your treatment solo, they're probably going to make sure that you have it. Anyway, that goes over the top of it, and then I like to put another piece of tape on it just to make sure it stays in place. And then we go and we do the next needle. Poke it and we'd be ready to start treatment. That is how I go about poking myself. And if you are not wanting to do home hemodialysis because you know you're afraid of poking yourself or whatever, please take into consideration those things that I said. There are a lot of benefits to doing home dialysis, and I just would wish that you wouldn't take poking yourself as the only thing that stops you from making your life even better. And if it helps any, you can definitely ask your nurse at dialysis in center if you can try poking or cannulating yourself a few times so that you can get the feel of it, if that's really the only hurdle that you really need to overcome. If worse comes to worse, obviously you can have a care partner. It could be your spouse, it could be a friend, another family member who goes through home dialysis training with you, and they can learn how to cannulate, and that would be the other option. It might help you as far as your comfort level and everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions. If you are on home hemodialysis and you poke yourself, please let me know what you did to overcome your fear of cannulation, and I will see you on the flip.